Hello, Helen Chin Lu here, certified reflexologist, certified energy medicine practitioner, Reiki master and teacher, the owner of the Healing Place and the Healing Place Energy School. As promised, a plantar fasciitis pain relief demonstration. I get to thank Dahlia, my camera woman behind the camera who came in on a Sunday, and Cheryl, who I am going to, hopefully she won't scream too much, but slightly torture. So let's talk about what is plantar fasciitis. Well, I did a graph for you. Hopefully you can see this. So your feet have these ligaments that goes all the way down from your heel to the balls of your feet. So just imagine like a bridge that's holding up the bridge, the cables. Well, this fascia, this set of muscles, holds up your feet. In fact, it supports it. And so when we have repetitive movement, as we grow older, we have repetitive movement, there's a lot of wear and tear in the feet. So what happens a lot of time, plantar fasciitis happens right about here. And the pain can radiate from here all the way to the tops of the balls of your feet. So what causes this besides wear and tear? Being overweight, wearing shoes that no longer fit you, or you're wearing high heel shoes. What I mean shoes that don't fit you is you're wearing old shoes that you've worn out and you're hoping, well, maybe I'll wait till next month to get a pair of shoes. Well, guess what? Your feet are working really hard to keep you moving. You could also have a biomechanical problem where you just were born with messed up feet. Let's call it for what it is. I could be polite, but why should I? So what can you do to help relieve pain? So usually, a lot of times, the muscles in your feet, see, I got my feet, gets really tight. It usually starts off with the Achilles tendons, which is in the back of the foot, and then the back of the calves get really tight, and it just pulls on all of these ligaments, and it goes all the way up and radiate. By the way, if you want a pair of reflexology feet, I sell these too. I got to give myself a plug. That's the way it goes. So what happens with the ligaments, it starts to become strained and gets overstretched, and the ligaments become weak, swollen, and also inflamed. And with this inflammation, it causes little tiny tears in the ligament to the point where I hope and I pray that your arch in your feet, along with your tendons, do not break. So remedies. Again, let's talk about who is prone for this. People with high arches. So I think about ballet dancers, football players, people that really work on their toes. People who drive trucks or long distance driving will also cause the arches to get really inflamed and the heel to really hurt. People who stand way too long, people who pronate. So your feet, when you walk out like this. This is a lot of strain because when you walk balance, your feet should be pointed at directly in front of you, not out and not pigeon toe. So you want to walk like this. Again, people who wear poor fitting shoes, and most times people with plantar fasciitis will have issues between the ages of 40 to 70. Sorry, that's the way it goes. Basically, your body's breaking down. So what can you do to start helping yourself? This is key. You could ice. Ice. That's one. That will lower, your nerves will calm down. It will also help with the inflammation. 2, you could wrap the arch. There are some people who actually take a Spanish and wrap the arch like this, and this will give it more support. 3, you could stretch the toes and the calf. So I have this little gadget that you could use to stretch out your feet like this, and you could just roll. If you don't have these rollers, which most people don't, just imagine a chair, like a dining room chair that has support on the bottom, like 4 little support system. You could put your arch against it like this, and you could push down. But you got to push down at a weight that you can tolerate. So if you're doing light, gentle things, guess what? This is not going to work. You got to get in there, and you're on the verge almost to tears to move it. So you got to really push it down like this. 3, you could use a golf ball. So if you're sitting watching TV at nighttime, you're going to roll against the arch. This is going to help bring blood and circulation to the foot. If the golf ball is too hard, switch to a tennis ball. But I usually like to do a golf ball because the golf ball is a smaller surface, and it's going to dig a little bit deeper into the foot. And remember, you got to do it forcefully. Whatever that makes you feel like everything is moving. Here's another thing you could do too. Cheryl, where did you get these arch supports? Is this something you get at CVS?
It was actually a kit that I got online that came with a few different things, especially for plantar fasciitis. So that goes, around the foot.
Yeah,
and
I'm
you
sorry.
wear it, and you can either put it around your bare foot or over your sock.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't look like it would help because it's not very thick, but it's
Yeah, it's
actually
like this.
amazing. It just gives you that
little extra
support.
So this is something all that you could do. What I noticed too with clients, most times plantar fasciitis is most painful when you first wake up in the morning. So what you could do is stretch out the foot. So any of these types of exercises you could do as you massage your foot. You could do things where you could stretch it back and forth like this. Anything, well, not to the point where you're making an L in the foot, but you want to stretch it. You can move your toes individually and give it a gentle move up like this. Basically what you're doing is stretching the fascia so there is movement, because as you sleep, depending on how you sleep, some people sleep with their toes up, and that causes a lot of friction, especially if the blanket is pulling on your toes. So get up and start moving, and then within the hour, usually your plantar fasciitis feel better. But here's the great part of this demonstration. If you decide to work with a reflexologist, I'm going to show you where it is on the foot you need to pay attention to. And hopefully Cheryl's not going to scream, because I have not done this on her feet as of yet. And we're going to see. So, Talia, we're going to do a tight shot, and I'm going to use my pen, and I'm going to show you where we need to focus on. So, Cheryl, is it both feet or one feet?
My left foot is the worst.
Is the worst. So usually the fascia where it hurts most people is right about here. And plus this reflex point is also for your small and large intestines right about here. So I'm going to use some oil, because most people, I'm going to be kind to Cheryl, because I don't want to make her scream too much. So you're going to use some oil, grease it, put it on the hand. Since I use my thumbs a lot, this is what I'm going to be testing for. So I'm going to start here, and I'm going to work and slide up, and I'm going to see if I can feel anything. This is a small one right about here. Did I hit it right here, Cheryl? Mm-hmm. So it's right about here. This is where the bunch is. Some people have it on this side. Cheryl has it on this side. So there's a couple of things you could do if you don't have the strength in your hands, because most people don't. You could take your thumb. You're going to use the thumb tip right about here, and you're going to push. See, notice my thumbs are turning white, because you've got to be pretty forceful. And with Cheryl, it's not even that big. See, I can feel it right here. The tissue is basically all bunched up, and what I'm doing is loosening it. And this is also going to bring blood to this area. Cheryl, this isn't bad. I've seen where I've worked with people. Oh, she's trying not to scream.
No, it's not bad at all. Actually, I tend to use the golf ball a lot, and I have a high tolerance for pain. And my husband is actually an angel and really applies a lot of pressure for me as well. So I've been really trying to work them, because it's been very debilitating for me, like literally the last 3 months. I mean, typically I can just massage them and take care of it appropriately, and it will go away. But this pain just has not been going away for
Really?
me.
Well, see, one of the things I want to demonstrate, if your thumbs are not strong enough, you could use a pencil tip with a razor. And since the razor won't dig into the foot too badly, you could go in and rotate. See, because this, what I'm looking for is the tiniest amount of space right here. I could feel it and focus. And what does it feel like to me? I could feel like as though there's a bump, like it's lumpy down there. So by doing this is going to help open it up. All right, so that's my quick demonstration, and you should do it on both feet. Even though Cheryl says most of the problems in the left foot, what happens a lot of time when you start to baby one of the feet, you're overcompensating with the other foot.
Yeah.
So you need to address both. So I'm going to come back over here. Oh, I can feel just a tiny bit there.
Because I am starting to notice it in my right foot now, and it never, yeah.
Yeah, it's right here, and I can
Yeah.
feel it. So that's it. That's my quick tip. Hopefully you'll give this a try. And remember, these are just tips. If you have any questions about this, you could email me or even talk to your doctor. So this is just information that I've collected over the last 11 years, and I have found that it's helped with a lot of people. So again, let's go over quickly. When you're in pain, ice. Ice, ice, ice. 2, stretch those ligaments. Use a ball, use a roller, use the chair on the bottom to help loosen up the muscles. And then 3, massage. Any type of massage where you could get in and just work those ligaments. So that's it. Give it a try. And if you have any questions, email me at wellness@healingplacemedfield.com. So this is Helen Chinlu from the Healing Place. You have a really good day and give this a try. Bye-bye.